What if I told you that for the last 50 years, we've been fighting a war that has no front line, no clear enemy, and most importantly, no planned ending? Imagine a cycle where every victory creates a new shadow and every solution births a bigger problem. Welcome back to Rick's Summary, where we turn complex history and powerful books into ideas that change how you see the world. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a strategy that redefined the 21st century. Think about the Middle East. What comes to mind? Conflict? Oil? Endless news cycles? Most of us see these events as isolated explosions, a revolution here, an invasion there. But what if they were all chapters in the same, long, unfinished story? Today, we're diving into a profound perspective inspired by Andrew J. Bacevich's Military History of America's Involvement in the Greater Middle East. We're going to explore why decades of the world's most advanced military power haven't brought the stability everyone hoped for. By the end of this video, you'll understand the invisible thread connecting the 1980s to today, and why the most powerful lessons aren't found on the battlefield, but in the mirror. Our story doesn't start with a bomb, it starts with a vacuum. After World War II, the old empires, Britain and France, packed up and left. They left behind a region rich in two things: ancient history and the black gold we call oil. Imagine you're a leader in the 1950s. You see a chessboard where the Soviet Union is trying to move in. To stop them and secure the fuel that runs your cars and factories, you start making moves. In 1953, a quiet operation in Iran changes a government to keep the oil flowing. It feels like a win, but beneath the surface, a seed of resentment is planted. Fast forward to 1980, the world is in an energy crisis. President Jimmy Carter stands up and says something that changes history. Any attempt to gain control of the Persian Gulf is an assault on the vital interests of the U.S. This became the Carter Doctrine. Suddenly, the Middle East wasn't just a place of interest, it was a military priority. Think of it like a homeowner who installs a massive security system. It makes you feel safe, but now you have to monitor it 24/7. That's exactly what happened. The US created CENTCOM, a dedicated military command just for this region. From that moment on, the security system was always on. Then came the 90s. The Gulf War was a perfect military success, short, sharp, and decisive. But as the smoke cleared, the security systems stayed. Troops remained on the ground, and that presence began to irritate local groups. Then, 9/11 changed everything. The mission shifted from securing oil to uprooting terror. We went into Afghanistan to find the architects of that tragedy. It started as a search mission, but it slowly turned into something much bigger: nation building. Have you ever tried to fix a complex machine without the manual? That's what the challenge was. We tried to install democracy in places with deep tribal histories and different social fabrics. In Iraq, 2003, the goal was shock and awe, a quick toppling of a dictator. But when the dictator was gone, a vacuum appeared. Again, instead of peace, we got an insurgency. Instead of unity, we got sectarian walls. It's like trying to put out a fire with a leaf blower. Sometimes the wind just spreads the embers. We saw this during the Arab Spring. What started as a cry for freedom in 2010 often ended in chaos. In the middle of that chaos, a darker shadow emerged: ISIS. As we look at this 50-year journey, 5 big realizations emerge. The limit of power. We learned that a powerful military can win a battle, but it can't always build a stable government. Force is a hammer, but society is like glass. Sometimes hitting it harder just creates more pieces. The vacuum effect. Every time a regime is toppled without a clear local plan for what comes next, something worse often fills the gap. The paradox of stability. Sometimes the quest for security and democracy pull in opposite directions, leaving leaders with no good choices. The cost of inconsistency.
Changing strategies every few years makes it hard for local partners to trust the process. The economic weight. Think about what that could have built if it were invested differently. The biggest realization is this: you cannot impose a solution from the outside if the people on the inside aren't the ones leading it. Real change isn't a military maneuver, it's a long-term conversation. The lesson for us in our own lives is that some problems can't be solved with brute force. Whether it's a career struggle or a personal habit, the quick fix often creates a new set of complications. True progress requires a deep understanding of the roots, not just a reaction to the symptoms. If this deep dive into history gave you a new perspective, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to see more stories that turn the world's most important books into life-changing insights, make sure to subscribe to Rick's Summary. What do you think? Has the world learned these lessons, or are we still repeating the cycle? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.